internal conflict resolution number 6, and that is the filter of meta programs. Let's go and learn a little bit about meta programs and how that can help you resolve your internal conflict. Hey guys, Matt Tait from Fork in the Road and Fork in Road Coaching. If you're wondering where I am, I'm at the Tullabudra Creek, which runs from the Gold Coast inland, and it's a favourite holiday spot here on the Gold Coast for many people. And I'm just down here out of the wind. This is why I'm on the rocky part here. But it's a beautiful spot, lots of people swimming over on the other side. And further up the creek that way, there's lots of people enjoying families and that sort of thing, having a swim. Now welcome to activity number 6. And activity number 6 is all about meta programs. What the hell is a meta program? Well, this thing may be part of the reason why you're stuck, why you've got the problem, why you're perceiving a problem differently than it may actually be. Remember, we do not experience reality. We do not experience how the world actually is. We experience our filters. I've taken you through 5 filters so far. I've taken you through your identity filter. I've taken you through a values filter. I've taken you through a beliefs filter. I've taken you through your decision filter and your memories filter, number 5. And this one, number 6, I haven't got 2 hands, but number 6, number 6 is the meta programs. Now, I was thinking about how could I introduce meta programs, which are the structures of what we focus on. And then I realized, well, what that could be is actually that we're beating ourselves up because we've got a particular way we absorb the world. Now, there are meta programs, and there's like 14 of the actual programs, maybe even more, which NLP talks about. And so I thought, well, what can I do to break down one of the basic little microstructures, just to give you an example? And it might be just the way you absorb the world because of how you were brought up. So let's have a think about this as we go through. And I thought I'd start with nominalizations, which is a fancy word for we're turning a verb into a noun. We're turning a doing word into a thing. Now, how is this a problem for us? That's a very coachy question. Well, it's a problem because what we do is you say things like, I am stressed. I suffer from depression. I suffer from anxiety. I suffer from lack of confidence. I am stuck. I think I was using stuck in the last one, so let's roll with stuck. And so if you're procrastinating, I suffer from procrastination, right? So what you do, if you see especially if you've got an I-O-N on the end of the word, it's a very easy one to convert to an ing word. What I'm talking about here is we turn things, or should I say we turn doing words into things, and we make it like it's the outside world beating us up. And if you can convert that into an action, which you're doing to yourself, you can do something about it. You can't do anything about the outside world, but you can do something about what's going on inside you. You can do it differently. And I can show you a whole bunch of techniques in NLP, in coaching, in life coaching, in Ericksonian hypnosis, in self-directed healing, and all the other methods I've studied. I can show you a bunch of ways on how to shift that and how to do things differently inside yourself. And the only issue is a lot of people don't know how, but there's lots of activities to do. But here's the thing for today, all right? So it's about that thing, all right? So let's say I'm stressed, or no, I'm stuck, all right? So you're stuck, all right, great. And so if I can take I'm stuck, which might be I'm procrastinating, or I suffer from procrastination as a result of one of the actions inside being stuck, or the words. And so that's kind of like a noun, but let's turn it into a verb, which is doing. So here's the big question you can ask yourself. How are you procrastinating now? Now, it's a very small linguistic kind of a twist, but what we've done now, if we're taking it from I am suffering from procrastination, this thing that's just happening to me, to how are you procrastinating now. The ing turns it into an action that you're doing. And it's something then you can do something about. So that's the first step. And especially the word now. How are you procrastinating now? Or how are you stressing yourself out now? Or how are you not doing the things you want to do now? It's like put it into an action. And you could write 20 or 30 of them. And I wrote down some ones before and I thought, wow, this is actually quite deep. Because when I was writing it out, I realized, actually you can get under the surface of this really very fast. Because now what we do want to do is you want to flip it. All right, so how am I procrastinating now? That's the simple one. Or how am I stopping myself now? And you might say, well, I'm not following through. When I go and try and make a YouTube video, I hold back and there's something invisible holding me back and I don't know what it is. Like, that's the unknown version. The known version was, well, I find I get nervous and I get scared and there's something that's scaring me a little bit. Okay, cool. And now then this is the flipping side. Let's flip it. What do you want instead? Oh, that's a great question. Well, what I want instead is to be excited. What I want instead is to be doing it. What I want instead is to be doing the video, editing it, and putting something forward. Okay, great. So that's awesome. And whatever it is for you, apply it to your problem. Like, what do you want instead? Write that down. And then you think, okay, what do I want instead? What now? Okay, well, now let's go into the doing. What are you going to do to get that thing that you want instead? I want to bring up a piece here that's probably missing. And it's a really logical piece, but it's a piece that everyone misses. What is going on in your ecology? Your ecology in your world. There'll be something that you are not acknowledging. There'll be an elephant in the room. What is your elephant in the room now? What is your elephant that's stopping you from moving forward? What is your elephant that's stopping you from allowing yourself to do these actions? And so when you think about that, the elephant might be, well, I've got kids and I haven't got time. Or I've got kids and they come first. Now we're getting to the coachy stuff. Now we're getting to some stuff that, all right, so maybe there's a belief in there that we need to sort out. Or maybe it could be, well, when I go to do the videos, I'm inspired at the wrong times. Maybe it's as simple as having a notebook with you, writing them down, or putting it into a little app thing on your phone, writing down your notes so you can come back to the great ideas when you have time. Maybe there's a little schedule you can do for yourself where at this particular time, nothing disturbs me. Or maybe you can, there could be something ecologically going on in your world. So here's the question for you. This little meta program could uncover very quickly through a conversation what is ecologically stopping you. In the reality, it's an elephant in the room that you're not acknowledging. Ooh, it's a big one. So meta programs, as you can see, a very quick linguistic shift from I suffer from procrastination to how are you procrastinating now? That's the flip. Or that's not the flip, that's the conversation. And then we say, what do you want instead? Well, I don't want to procrastinate. Well, what's the opposite to procrastinating? The opposite to procrastinating is going into action. Okay, well, what do you need to do to go into action? What stops you from going into action? Check your ecology. It's one of the parts of coaching we look at when we're looking at setting any kind of a goal. Well, let's do one micro action, a small thing that moves you forward. And then that micro action has to fit in with your ecology, because if your whole world's going to fall apart, you're not going to do it. And you will procrastinate. It's kind of logical. Your unconscious mind knows you haven't sorted these out. You haven't spoken to your wife. You haven't spoken to your husband. You haven't sorted your kids out. And you know you'll be interrupted. Right now, I'm here at the beach. There's no one here on this rocky bit because it's not a very nice sandy bit. Because over there's hundreds of people across that hill there. And they're all on the beach and there'd be lots of noise. But right now, I found myself in an ecologically sound place to allow myself to do the video. We'll have to check the wind though, the wind's come up, but anyway, that's another story. So you see what I mean? Like the meta program of nominalizations where you turn a noun into a verb is powerful because you turn a noun into a verb, which is a noun into, which is I'm stuck, this thing is happening outside of me, and now this thing is happening inside of me that I can do something about. And I'm going to address my real world situation. Now, there's going to be some other things in there, but as you can see here, we've gone through the filters of your mind. And if you've gone through all of them, you're going to uncover, if you go through one problem and really follow through with all your filters, that you can change your life. As always, you can come to me for one-on-one coaching, of course, which is why I'm doing these videos. You can come to any of my courses. You can come to and check out my Anxiety Antidote online course, for example. Or you can go and check out a bunch of other things that I'm doing. The main point is, I want you to be empowered. I want you to move yourself forward. And I love facilitating that whole process. And knowing that you can have a win by yourself. That is activity number 6 in this ebook, and that is using your meta programs to uncover what you want instead. I hope you enjoyed activity number 6.